South Lake Tahoe's tranquil beauty was recently shaken by a surprising health alert. A local resident tested positive for plague. On August 20, 2025, El Dorado County officials confirmed the case, the first in the region since 2020. The patient, now recovering at home, likely contracted the illness from an infected flea while camping. Plague is rare, but the bacteria still exist in wild spaces, especially where rodents thrive. Health authorities quickly responded, monitoring local rodents and urging residents and visitors to take precautions. This case is a reminder that ancient diseases can still surface, but with awareness and modern medicine, the risk is manageable. The goal: stay informed, take simple precautions, and keep enjoying the outdoors safely. Plague is a serious infectious disease caused by a bacterium known as Yersinia pestis. This microscopic organism has played a dramatic role in human history, responsible for devastating pandemics like the Black Death in the Middle Ages. Today, while much rarer, plague still exists in certain parts of the world, including the western United States. Understanding how it spreads is key to preventing new cases and protecting both people and animals. The plague bacterium cycles naturally between wild rodents, such as mice, squirrels, and chipmunks, and the fleas that live on them. Fleas act as the main vector, picking up the bacteria when they bite an infected animal and then passing it on to their next host. In the western U.S., animals like squirrels and chipmunks can carry Yersinia pestis without showing any signs of illness. These animals serve as reservoirs, allowing the bacteria to persist in the environment for years, even when there are no outbreaks among humans. Humans most often get plague from the bite of an infected flea. When a flea that has fed on a sick rodent bites a person, it can transmit the bacteria directly into the bloodstream. This is believed to be what happened in the recent Tahoe case, where a person became ill after likely being bitten by a flea carrying the bacteria. Less commonly, people can become infected through direct contact with tissues or fluids from an infected animal. This risk is higher for those who handle wild animals, such as hunters, veterinarians, or wildlife biologists, especially if they are not using protective equipment. In rare cases, plague can also spread through respiratory droplets. This happens when a person with pneumonic plague, a severe lung infection caused by the bacteria, coughs and releases droplets into the air. Others nearby can breathe in these droplets and become infected. However, human-to-human transmission is extremely rare, especially in the United States. In the recent Tahoe case, there was no evidence of the disease spreading from person to person, so the risk to the general public remains very low. The key to prevention is breaking the chain of transmission. Avoid contact with wild rodents and their burrows, use insect repellent on skin and clothing, and keep pets protected with flea control products. If you're camping or hiking, store food securely and keep your distance from animals that seem sick or unusually tame. It's important to remember that plague is a natural part of some ecosystems. Its presence is not a reason to fear the outdoors, but rather a reminder to be aware and take simple precautions. With the right knowledge and a few easy steps, you can continue to enjoy outdoor adventures safely. Activities like hiking, camping, and exploring nature are still safe and fun for everyone. Staying informed and aware is your best defense against plague and other wildlife-related diseases. By understanding how plague spreads and how to prevent it, you can protect yourself, your family, and your pets while enjoying all that nature has to offer. When most people hear the word plague, they picture the dark days of medieval Europe, with crowded cities and devastating outbreaks. But what many don't realize is that plague is not just a relic of the distant past, or a problem confined to history books. Today, it remains a rare but very real presence in the American West, quietly persisting in the wild landscapes that stretch across the region. The vast forests, mountains, and deserts of the West are home to a hidden world where the plague bacteria still circulates. States like California, Arizona, Colorado, and New Mexico are considered plague endemic. Here, the bacteria Yersinia pestis circulates among wild rodent populations, especially at higher elevations where certain species thrive. These rodents, such as ground squirrels and chipmunks, act as natural reservoirs for the disease, and the fleas that live on them can transmit the bacteria to other animals and occasionally to humans. Thanks to modern public health systems, improved sanitation, and widespread awareness, the United States now averages only about 7 human plague cases per year. This is a dramatic reduction compared to the outbreaks of the past, and it's a testament to the effectiveness of our health infrastructure. Still, the risk isn't zero. Recent cases in California and Arizona serve as reminders that the disease can still surface, especially in rural or wilderness areas where people and wildlife come into close contact. Even a single case can prompt swift action from local health authorities. To keep communities safe, health departments actively monitor rodent populations, setting traps and testing animals for the presence of plague. When the risk rises, they post advisories at campgrounds, parks, and trailheads, warning visitors to take precautions and avoid contact with wild rodents. In places like El Dorado County, dozens of rodents have tested positive for plague in recent years. These findings act as an early warning system, allowing officials to alert the public and prevent human cases before they occur. The reason plague persists here is rooted in the region's unique ecology. The abundance of wild rodents and the fleas that infest them create a natural cycle for the bacteria, allowing it to survive year after year, mostly unnoticed by people. For most people, outdoor activities in the West are perfectly safe, but it's important to be informed and take simple precautions, like avoiding contact with wild animals and heeding posted warnings to minimize any risk. Ultimately, plague's presence in the American West is a natural feature of the landscape, a reminder of the complex relationships between people, wildlife, and the environment. It's not a public health failure, but a challenge that's managed with vigilance and respect for nature. Recognizing plague symptoms quickly is crucial. Bubonic plague, the most common form, starts suddenly. High fever, chills, headache, and weakness within 2 to 8 days of exposure. A hallmark sign is a swollen, painful lymph node or bubo near the bite. If untreated, the infection can spread, causing septicemic or pneumonic plague, both far more dangerous. Pneumonic plague affects the lungs and can be rapidly fatal. Early symptoms can mimic the flu, so recent outdoor activity in endemic areas is an important clue. If you develop sudden fever and swollen lymph nodes after being outdoors, seek medical care immediately. Quick action saves lives. Plague's terrifying history is in the past. Today it's treatable with antibiotics. Early diagnosis and prompt treatment with drugs like doxycycline or ciprofloxacin lead to high survival rates. Delays can allow the disease to progress to more severe forms, so awareness of symptoms is vital. Doctors in endemic areas act quickly, starting antibiotics before lab confirmation if plague is suspected. The South Lake Tahoe patient's recovery shows the effectiveness of modern care. In the pre-antibiotic era, plague was often fatal. Now, most patients survive. Modern medicine has turned an ancient killer into a manageable infection. Caution, not fear, is the message. You don't need to avoid the outdoors, just take smart precautions. Spending time outside is healthy and enjoyable, and with a few simple steps, you can protect yourself and your loved ones from potential risks. Whether you're hiking, camping, or just relaxing in your backyard, being prepared makes all the difference. Avoid contact with wild rodents, especially in plague-endemic areas, and teach children to do the same. Remind kids not to approach or try to feed wild animals, no matter how harmless they may seem. Observing wildlife from a safe distance is always best, and it's important to explain why these rules matter. Protect yourself from flea bites. Wear long pants, tuck them into your socks, and use insect repellent with DEET. These simple habits can make a big difference, especially in grassy or wooded areas where fleas are more common. Reapply repellent as directed and make sure everyone in your group is covered. After spending time outdoors, check yourself, your kids, and your pets for fleas. Look closely at clothing, hair, and exposed skin, and don't forget to inspect your pet's fur and bedding. Early detection helps prevent bites and keeps fleas from coming inside your home. Use veterinarian-recommended flea control on pets and keep them leashed to prevent contact with rodents. Regular flea treatments are essential for both dogs and cats, even if they only go outside occasionally. Keeping pets on a leash also helps you monitor their behavior and avoid risky encounters. Don't let outdoor pets sleep on your bed. Instead, provide them with a comfortable, designated sleeping area outside or in a pet bed. This reduces the chance of fleas or other pests being brought indoors and keeps your sleeping space clean. Make your home less attractive to rodents by clearing brush, storing firewood off the ground, and securing garbage. Keep your yard tidy, trim overgrown plants, and seal any gaps or holes in your home's exterior. These steps help prevent rodents from nesting nearby and reduce the risk of flea infestations. If you notice many rodents around your property, consider professional pest control. Experts can assess your situation, recommend effective solutions, and help you maintain a safe environment for your family and pets. These steps greatly reduce your risk. By making safety a routine part of your outdoor activities, you can enjoy nature with confidence and peace of mind. Simple habits keep you and your family safe. With a little preparation and awareness, you can make the most of your time outdoors while minimizing health risks. Plague is one of the rarest infectious diseases in the U.S. The CDC reports about 7 cases per year nationwide. Millions visit the West annually, but only a handful are affected. Since 2000, there have been just 15 plague deaths in the U.S., a testament to effective treatment and public health. California's last case before 2025 was a decade ago. Routine rodent monitoring shows the bacteria are present, but human cases are extremely rare. The numbers show plague is not a growing epidemic, but a rare, manageable risk. Your chances of contracting plague are extremely low, but precautions are still wise. Public health's goal is to keep cases rare and treat them quickly. Plague's name sparks fear, but the actual risk is low. Bubonic plague, the most common form, doesn't spread between people. Only the rare pneumonic form can, and that's not the case here. Modern sanitation and rodent control prevent outbreaks like those in history. The risk of plague is far lower than everyday outdoor risks like accidents or heat stroke. Taking plague precautions is just part of a sensible safety routine. Health officials urge awareness, not alarm. Simple steps protect you and your pets without sacrificing outdoor fun. Panic isn't helpful. Knowledge and calm action are. Nature is beautiful but not sterile. Plague is a rare reminder of that. Don't let fear keep you indoors. Instead, be smart and prepared. Avoid wild rodents, use flea protection, and keep your home rodent-free. If you develop sudden fever and swollen lymph nodes after outdoor activities, seek medical care and mention your recent locations. These simple habits form a strong defense. The South Lake Tahoe case isn't a sign of a plague comeback, but a lesson in coexistence with nature. The risk is low and treatment is effective. Keep exploring, hiking, and camping, just do so with awareness. Enjoy the outdoors, stay safe, and let knowledge guide your adventures.